Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. James is patiently waiting.
Welcome to the evening issues for Rebound UpStreameadia's YouTube live show, a special Lynch Trophy preview special. Really ambitious show planned with initially planned for 16 guests from 16 participating teams in the tournament. Obviously, we probably have to address it first. Obviously, sad news that Group 3's had to pull out for this weekend. I'm firstly joined by Group 1's Sophie Tesch's Andre Russell and Flynn from Barking. Welcome, guys. Hope you're both well.
Hi, what's up?
Good, thanks.
Yeah. So I thought we quickly touched it. Obviously, maybe people join us not aware. The full program's not going to go fully as planned. Obviously, we had Loughborough get some COVID positive results. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Obviously, it's what we weren't hoping for, but has happened.
I think it's, yeah, man. Yeah, it's sad with Loughborough, and obviously I know the guys pretty well up there, and I kind of came from that kind of system, so I know how hard they've probably been working. They've obviously been building their team, and I mean, we're in a year of so much uncertainty that we have to prepare for things like this to happen. But hopefully, everyone's just okay, and then taking the procedures needed, and just keep it rolling, I guess.
Yeah. I guess pretty much same from you as well, Flynn. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just quite annoying that they must have been preparing for so long, and then for them not to be able to participate must be quite frustrating.
Yeah, our thoughts are out for the whole group and the fans of those respective teams. So I thought I'd start. Both you got quite similar rosters in respect, but yes, you got some returning players. We also got some new players. I'll start with Andre. What are the dynamics like with the squad? Who are the initial leaders of that group, or are you all quite equal in terms of the hierarchy of the squad?
Yeah, I'm like, obviously I've been here for a couple months or so, and obviously my first time being around the Kestrels kind of culture, and I have not a bad word to say about them, man. Like, before I even signed, I was a big fan of everything they did last year, and I just think the dynamic of the team is so well rounded that I can't really tell you who the leader is, because everyone has such a big role, and everyone kind of just has that equal mentality that everyone's a leader. And I think the culture that they bred from the start is more of like a shepherd more than a leader, because we lead with emotion, we lead with by taking action more than just telling what to do. And I'm just like so grateful to be around a team like that. And yeah, I'm blessed. We're a really good team, and I'm really happy with how everything's going.
Definitely. What's it like at Barking? Say similar dynamic in terms of a few players come back from last season and you're in second year.
Yeah,
What's it
so
like?
so with Barking, obviously, because it's a college, we have guys leave and we have new guys come in. And this year's there's a great bunch of guys who all really just wanna train every day, get better. Just in terms of leaders, obviously we have our returners who are coming back, and they've done a great job through practice of just helping the youngers out, or helping the new third years, help them with stuff that they may not understand straight away. But yeah, it's just a great dynamic. There's just there's loads of like different just hard workers. We have loads of different types of people that we're kind of bringing together. The culture's there just to work hard. So yeah, we're just preparing, so we're good.
Good. And obviously, this tournament's sort of bridging the gap from pre-season scrimmages to professional season. If this wasn't here, and you guys probably know your bodies well as athletes, where would you put yourself in terms of a normal preparation? Would you say you're like 75%, 100%? Would you say if the season was ready to start tomorrow, would you be in a similar shape to, say, this time last season? I'll start with Flynn this time.
I mean, we've we have group chats, so we've over quarantine we try our hardest to try and stay in shape, get in the best shape possible. And our pre-season started obviously when everything was allowed to run again for the team. So I'd say we're in the best shape we can be. We've been preparing since late August, early September, really. So we've just been, as I said, we've just been preparing for ages. So I'd probably say about 90 to 100%.
And you, Andre?
Yeah, man. I think we're good. We're ready. By looking at practice, we get up and down a lot. Um, I think being around a mature group, everyone kind of takes ownership of their own body, their own fitness, and everything like that. So I have no doubts, and coach had no worries with people getting in extra work if that's conditioning or outside of practice. So we're ready more than ever. And obviously, what they did last year, they're looking to build off that. So everyone came with a chip on their shoulder and was just ready to eat. So yeah, well, I think we're ready
Definitely.
to start tomorrow.
I definitely, when they released the player names, the team here with unfinished business, and I think you sort of mentioned that in terms of sort of having that's something to prove in that BBL Trophy
Mm-hmm.
final. Has the team sort of, I know you weren't involved in that team, have you sort of like reflected upon it? What are some things maybe the team might do differently in that situation?
I mean, we've only got stronger. Obviously, I was in Hawaii last year, but I was still following everything these guys are doing, like beating BBL teams and making it to the final. Like that's huge. And I think even to now, I still think like, wow, like it's really tough to do something like that. And we've only got stronger. So I think it's now just building off like the coaching staff, like Matt Guyman and Jack and the manager James. They know what they're doing. So we just follow direction and do what we have to do.
Definitely, and I think fans of the league will be watching this game with intent and sort of trying to work out who has that responsibility. Like light-hearted question, not to take it too seriously, but let's say theoretically you're involved in a game that was tied and you're got the ball and you got 4 seconds. Who on your team are you going to pass it to take a shot, or are you going to take the shot yourself? I'll start with Flynn.
Oh,
So
yeah.
So
Roughly,
us.
who you pass to? Yeah.
I think it's just whatever shot's best for the team. I mean, coach will probably draw up a play or call a timeout or something. So, yeah, whatever he draws up, whatever's best for the team,
Okay.
we'll try and execute.
Yeah. What about you, Andre? You know, say a bit more her.
If it's last second of the shot, if we need a buzzer beater, there's only one man on our team that I've seen do that, and that's John.
Yeah.
All I've seen of his highlights is him hitting buzzer beaters last time. So I'm giving it to him. I'm letting him do his thing.
Yeah, I say he's almost like Mr. Hollywood. He seems to come on when the cameras are in town. Let's say it's all the
Yeah, he's
Chris
dangerous, man. He's
Bradford.
dangerous.
Yeah. Um, Obviously off there, there's lots of bands going on for you guys in the background. Maybe for this test time, just sort of say who you got there. We saw Luke sort of secretly try and pretend he was by the door, but I know you guys all share it together. It's like a Tesla's family on loft court. So maybe just tell the fans
Yeah,
at home
yeah.
who you're sharing with at the moment. So I know they're all in the background giggling like little
Yeah,
schoolgirls at
there's
the moment.
only in the house. There's Travis, Luke, myself, and John. So they just came back from working out and stuff. So they were just like passing through when you came and you seen them. So, but that's who I
Definitely.
live with.
That sounds like a house full of fun. Um, Obviously, looking at the wider context, both of you guys, I know both coaches really prepare behind the scenes. Obviously, in Group 1, you've got yourselves and Worthing, Essex Rebels. Andre first. What do you think to expect from those teams when they come into town?
I'm expecting everyone to fight and be hungry and be eager. And I think like more than ever, because obviously we've all been in lockdown, we've all having to play outdoor. Like everyone's just ready to finally get going, playing against each other and actually compete at a high level. So I'm expecting a lot of energy, a lot of fight, a lot of like urgency in the games. I think there's going to be a lot of competitiveness, which is going to be good. And I think everyone's kind of missed that vibe. So it's going to be good. It's just whether it's going to go two ways. Everyone's either going to be high and it's either going to be a good thing or maybe too high and it could be a bad thing. But I mean, teams have been preparing for this, so it should be good.
Definitely. What would you like to add to that, Flynn? I saw you nodding in parts.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Andre said it. I think it's just the excitement of us not being able to compete, and obviously in practice we go up and down, we scrimmage against each other, but it will never be. It's not this never be the same feeling as going against a team you don't play against every day in practice, and just especially with such a long time since we've last competed, it'll be great to just get back on the court and have the proper game day energy.
Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. Like, that excitement either be a positive thing or a negative thing. It's all about controlling those emotions. Is it fair to say maybe as we get through the tournament, close to the lead, do you think priorities might switch towards the lead, or do you think the intensity will probably be at a high level because we've had such big breakthrough basketball? Do you think we'll sort of be playing at a high intensity throughout this tournament, or do you think there might be lulls periods during the fixtures? So, Andre, sorry.
Yeah, man. I know we will. I know we're coming out trying to be consistent throughout, and it is hard. Like, obviously, not playing organized basketball for so long, you pick up the bad habits, and you may be a bit rusty, and you're not used to having the bad games, and then kind of flipping the switch. So there is those moments. I think everyone's gonna kind of have their adversity, and everything's gonna kind of show throughout the games, but it's what we're here for, man. It's what we're about. Like, that's why we're playing in this tournament. I think it's a great opportunity for us to prepare for when the real season starts and be able to work on our own, like work on ourselves and get back and reflect and keep getting better each day.
Definitely. And anything you'd like to add to that, Flynn?
Yeah, just as I said before, just obviously we haven't played in so long, so it'll be good to finally get back to competing and like it'll be a good preparation for the season that's coming up. So yeah, it's just exciting times. Hopefully, if everything can go on and happen. So yeah,
Definitely.
we're excited.
I think we're all. I'm especially excited. I'm sure everyone watches extremely excited. I think it's a really good time to sort of put it to close with running schedule. But thank you both for coming on. And just a reminder, if anyone needed a reminder, obviously you guys tip off at 12 p.m. on Sunday. All games streamed for NBL Live, so be sure to watch it. It's going to be a great game, and you've got the advantage actually. I think all lives will be on the Solar Bubble Sunday, because I think all the other games on Saturday, so that would be a quite good dynamic. Thank you both for coming on. Take care, and all the best for the weekend. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace. All right, so we're just going to swap over now. I believe if everything's running smoothly, we'll have Ishmael and Sam Newman coming on next. Sam Newman from Essex Rebels, Ishmael from Worthing. Welcome, Sam. You're looking good. You're looking dapper in your Essex Rebel suit. How are you things?
Not bad, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I think Ishmael will be joining later on. I did get a little WhatsApp just before we went live. I think he was just got in. So we'll start with you. Obviously, a big summer. You switched from Hemel to Essex. How did the move come about?
I've been at University of Essex for the last 2 years anyway, and with the first year, obviously they were linked with Leopards. Last year they moved away from Leopards and went back to Division 2. They were promoted, so it just kind of made logical sense for me to try and stick in Division 1 for the time being. But they dominated Division 2 last year and managed to get themselves promoted. So especially during times like now, it didn't make a whole lot of sense for me to be driving to Hemel 3 times a week, going into my final year of university and so on and so forth. So thankfully Hemel were very aware of that and open, knowing last year, accepting that I was going to come back, and same with Essex.
Definitely, I'd like to delve into that just a little bit. Obviously, you're reuniting with Lee, who had similar issues, sort of having to commute to Hemel. And then we've got Ishmael here. Welcome, Ishmael. Can you hear us all right?
You sound perfect.
Oh, awesome. Welcome. I'm loving that Worthing Thunder face mask.
You got to protect yourself, guys.
Yep. I love you coming for health and safety. That's definitely what we need right now. A bit of health and safety tips. How are things? You all right? Welcome on.
Thank you, man. It's all good, man. Just ready to play, I guess.
I know. I'm particularly looking forward to this game because I'm actually commentating on it. So after finish live tonight, I'm going to be doing a bit of research on both teams. So some of my questions are maybe more for my personal benefit of research than the show. So just before we came on, I'll finish what I was saying with Sam. Obviously reunited with Lee. What makes your games so compatible with each other?
I think it's probably quite a lot of just playing with each other. We were back when I was like 15, 16 at Ipswich for a few years, and now the last 3 years at Essex, and obviously being conflicting positions with pick and rolls and that kind of stuff. And obviously then again, traveling with Hemel last year, like you get to know each other kind of inside and out of on the court and off the court, how to deal with each other. So that was probably the reason we work so well together.
Definitely. And Ishmael, I've been seeing all the little group photos of your team bonded days out with Max and the team. How did all that chemistry start? So I've only started following the NBL last 2 or 3 years, but it definitely feels like you guys go back longer. How do you all know each other?
Well, I know Max from just being around him. He's a local guy, and one of my best friends, Kevin Moyo, they're close as well. So I met Max through Kevin, really. Thomas, when I was playing in Germany and Thomas was playing in Spain, I just kept an eye on everybody there, and like we played an all-star game together and we just clicked straight away. So it's absolutely, it's not really any, even if I didn't know those guys, they're amazing guys. They're great guys, man. Like Max is such a good teammate that it's almost a skill. It's almost a skill how much of a teammate he is. So he's a very easy person to get along with. So I think it's going to be great.
I'm looking forward to seeing how both your squads get on in this tournament. I think it's a really good tournament, great opportunity. Obviously, you're in the same group as Solon and Barking. What do you expect from those two teams? I'll start with you, Sam.
I think everyone's expecting Solon to be strong again. Like they've got their core back, and Matt's an amazing coach who can have them in shape and all that kind of stuff. And then with Barking, like year in, year out, they're well drilled. They have the best young talent in the country. So they're going to be fast, they're going to be aggressive on defense. So I think like our group especially, there's going to be no easy games. Everyone's going to be after each other and trying to put their best show on.
Definitely. Ish, is anyone in particular you're looking forward to going up against, or maybe sort of working out a bit? Because obviously it is a competition, but it's really a good way of sort of getting to know the sides before the NBL D1 starts in the next month or so.
Well, honestly, we take everyone how they come. We want to make sure whoever we're playing the best basketball we can play. So it's not really, I'm looking forward to playing this team who have all these great players. It's actually more like I'm looking forward to being out with my guys and making sure we can execute things. That's really, really important to me. But every team so far looks deeper. And it's really hard to say that when you think, when Essex, we kind of know in the basketball circles that Sam was going to be at Essex. When he kind of dipped early, he kind of dipped out of there. We didn't see him again. We kind of knew he was going to be over there. And we know Lee Greenan, obviously, but they added Ethan Price, who's an excellent big man, skilled, can stretch the floor. They got another kid from Ipswich, I believe. I don't remember his name, but he looked decent when I watched him, when I watched them guys play each other. Obviously, Andre Aerosol is probably one of the biggest steals in the NBL, if it's not Max Richardson. But he is.
Good to see outside of Worthing rivalries not gone down.
It probably is Max, but Andre Aerosol is a skilled guy. He played in a well-drilled, well-coached team. They took an NBA lottery pick to the last possession as a D2. That's big time. So he'll be out there with lots of confidence, and I'm happy for him.
Definitely. You said you're looking forward to that opportunity to be with your guys on the floor. And I know Worthing had a few issues because obviously you train at a leisure centre usually. How has that affected your preparations? Do you feel you guys need this tournament to get ready, or do you feel at this point, if the season starts, you're pretty much there?
Luckily, we have a lot of professionals who take it very seriously. They wasn't just at March when the season's finished sipping margaritas. Everyone's talking to me about the workout they had and the 17s they ran, and I'm seeing tape of guys, and I like the adversity. I like the adversity, to be honest. It helps us understand that this is grit, It's gonna, obviously no one's had the contact time they needed during the preseason, but in the same breath, that's what it's going to be more gritty. Now we're going to see who has the heart for the round ball, not just the best coach or the best this or the best that. So it's really important.
What about you, Sam? Just obviously being a unit is slightly different, but has COVID sort of really affected the team's sort of chemistry or preparations for this tournament, or has you been anxious to get on the floor a bit more?
We could get on quite early because the university were accommodating, let us in, but we did have 2 weeks ago there was a small outbreak on the girls' WBBL program, so we all had to shut down for 10, 12 days because we didn't have any contact with them, but just precautionary. So I guess we could have had more time, but that's no one here, as Ish said, nobody's had the perfect amount of time. Everyone's going to have like barriers to what they could and couldn't have done. So I don't think we're putting ourselves back at all. We're ready to go and we just want to get playing.
Definitely. And both of you got a full team to pick from, and any injuries or unavailabilities due to work or stuff? Are you guys pretty much all fully rostered for this weekend?
Should be.
We look good.
Good. Also, so I asked the guys.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have never answered that question. We could have had 5, 6 guys out. I am not telling you nothing. I'll tell you that right now.
Same here.
I saw his face. He was like, tuh.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I love in the mind games play. That's great to see. Maybe this one will be a bit more light-hearted. If you're in a game that is tied down to the last session, 2 or 3 seconds on the shot clock, who on your team would you trust to take that shot? Obviously, you trust everyone, but who would you pass it to take that shot? Start with Sam, I guess.
Whoever Ginge right to play up for, like, you know, we're not going to win as individuals, we'll play as a team. So whoever Coach draws it up for, well, we'll have faith to make that shot.
Definitely. Well, yeah, it's just the same thing if Coach draws at play.
I'm going to answer Sam's question. Sam, you shooting it. Don't act like you ain't shooting that ball, Sam. Anyway,
I can't say that. I've got to say the team.
We have so many weapons, man. I mean, we have so many weapons. We got Crawford, we got Max, we got Ward, we got Hildreth, we got Taylor. I don't know who got. It might be a fight. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope we don't get to that though.
Definitely, and obviously you both got some young, very talented players. Ish, what sort of level in terms of improvement do you think we'll see in terms of the numbers from Cameron? Do you think with Alex gone, maybe he'll get a bit more shooting? What do you think we can expect from Cameron this year? Because he was amazing last year, but do you think he'd take that to another level?
I honestly think you're going to see a better playmaker in Cameron. You're also going to see someone who's more athletic. The first practice, I won't say who we got, but he dunked on dude so bad. First practice of the bubble or whatever you want to call it. So he needs to improve in already what he does. We don't need to see more from Cam to understand that Cam's nice. So whatever he does is going to help the team for sure.
Definitely special talent. And one player I'm really looking forward to see. I've seen some clips, Even Price. How do you think he'll be able to take his form from D2 to D1?
For me?
Yeah, Sam, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. It's going to be exciting. Like, he's long, so he can play on the perimeter. He's tall. He can play inside. Like, I had seen him at practice and getting to play with him over the summer at the Ipswich bubble. Like, he can affect the game in so many ways that I don't know personally what he's going to bring. Like, specifically, they'll be so dominant, but I think we're going to see a really, really elite year from all the young talent. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned Andre coming over. A lot of players come back to the UK. Are there any others that have come to other clubs you're looking forward? Maybe not used to looking forward, but interested to see how they get on after maybe that time in the States, see how they develop the game. Are there any players you're feeling, let's see how he gets on, Ish?
No. I only care about my team, and I think, good luck to them. Stay healthy and play your hardest. And when I retire and I'm not competing against them, I'll take more of an interest in their career. But right now, no. In the grand scheme of if I had to argue how good the league was, maybe I use those, these examples. But right now, no.
All right, you, Sam, you focus on your team, or have you sort of looked in a few for transfer from other clubs and some have
To
caught you
reiterate what
intrigued?
you said, like for now, great if people are coming back and these teams are stacking up. That's awesome. But I see the tweet, great, and move on. Like our team is what matters.
Got me
Like them
focused.
joining another team doesn't affect us. So we're just gonna play the best we can.
And definitely, obviously, you got a whole program of fixtures this weekend, and the guys before were saying how they're expecting a lot of teams to play high intensity, a lot of excitement. How easy is it to control those emotions? Because obviously, a lot of people will be excited after on the floor playing competitive basketball. Do you think that will show in game one for the matchups? Start with Sam.
Yes and no. Like I think maybe the more seasoned players in Division One know this is just basketball, get on the court, and maybe some of the people that know to it might be a little bit flustered, but everyone's high level players at the end of the day. Like I think maybe the first minute or so you might be like, oh God, I'm here playing, but then it'll be normal. Like basketball's basketball at the end of the day.
And you, Ish, I imagine you probably say similar answers, but give you your 2 pence on the topic.
I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I went to bed thinking about it. I even mixed and matched my Pikachu pajamas with my Batman pajamas. That never happens. But because it's Friday, I was thinking Thursday. Oh, tomorrow we're playing, but then I realized it wasn't gonna happen. So we're excited, man. I mean, Cam, he won't leave us alone with the scrimmaging. He wants to scrimmage all the time. So this is great for him. This is great for Tom as well. So enthusiastic to scrimmage. Like, can we play 5-5? No. We're trying to run our sets. No, can we play 5-5? So, I mean, I think we're going to be excited. I think we're going to be enthusiastic.
Definitely. Obviously, there's games on tomorrow. Obviously, you guys play on Sunday. That's the later game at 3 p.m. Be sure to tune in. It's definitely going to be an exciting game. Thanks for coming on. Is there something you just want to say to the respective Worthing and Essex Rebels fans before we get the next pair of guests on? Start with you, Ish.
George Floyd's murder victim. George Floyd's life was worth $1 million. I'm kneeling before every game.
Definitely. Sam, anything? I say, obviously, the movement's been heartfelt, and really hope we get real change. I was really disturbed how the recent news emerged was they were, I believe they were charged not for the shots, but they hit Breonna Taylor. But the other things that I really hope we get some real change. Really sad, but still in this day and age, we're talking about an issue. It shouldn't even be an issue anymore. Sam, anything you want to say or add in terms of like the Essex family or the Hemel family who would have followed you last season?
First of all, I'll be kneeling next to Ish at the start of that game. Like crazy stuff. It's crazy. I don't have many words for it. And for fans watching, I hope it's enjoyable, and I hope us and Worthing can put out a good game.
I say thank you both for sparing your time. I know as both as professionals, you worked really hard on and off the court. We do this for the love. That's definitely what I've enjoyed today, talking to you both. All the best Sunday. I'm really looking forward to commentating. I hope I do the game justice. Until then, guys, peace out and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Cheers. All right. So the next guest we've got on is Benedict from Reading and Gregory Polion from Hemel Storm. It's going to be a really exciting matchup. Hello, welcome.
Sure, man.
I say it's good. Thank you for coming on. Hope you're well. Hey, Gregory, coming in.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's good. It's day's seamless so far. So thank you for both joining me, and I see you both in your respective colours. I'll start with Ben. How things been with you? How's training going? Are you guys ready to go for Saturday tomorrow? Yep.
Yeah, I think we're ready to go, man. Been a good couple of weeks of practice. We've had a good couple of hit outs. Really getting up and down with our 5-on-5 stuff. I think the imports have only been in for 2 weeks now, so they're starting to get comfortable. Young guys are getting comfortable. Things are starting to shape up. So, yeah, tomorrow, guys, are really excited.
Same for you, Gregory. I know you've not been back in the country long. How's preparation going for you? I know you've been working hard over summer. Give us a little insight how things going on training with the Storm.
Everything is just going well. Everything's going smooth. I think Drew's been doing a wonderful job with just implementing us in since we've been back for the 2 weeks. Yeah, everything's going smooth. Everybody's excited for tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm giddy. I'm anxious. I'm just ready to play. So
definitely, I felt 10 pounds lighter when we heard, but it's coming on today. I felt happy. I was like, forgot about COVID for all of 10 seconds, and I was excited for the weekend. And I'm actually really quite excited for this game. You've both got interesting rosters. You made a few changes here. I'll start with Greg. What have some of the new players brought to the squad that maybe you didn't have last year, or how do you think they don't really fit in? You got some guys come back to retirement. You got some guys from here and there. What have you seen so far?
We've added Levi to the team. We've added Ewan, who else? Shaq, and we've returned Waleed, Bodie, myself, Mike Williams, and Jack Brunell, and Nick. I feel like everybody's just stepping up to the plate. We had a really good season last year. I feel like everyone's just stepping up to the plate. We understand our standards from last year. We're trying to improve upon our standards and just keep going, keep the winning culture just going at this moment. You feel me? And I feel like our team is really doing that at this moment. I really do.
That's good to hear. I think it's a really exciting match. Same to you, Ben. Obviously, you guys recruited well. You've got some guys in who know the league. What do those guys bring to the roster that maybe you didn't have before, or maybe just adds that extra next level to the team?
Yeah, well, I think last year I was the oldest dude on the team, and I was 26. So we were young, and we played with energy. But there is something about just having eyes on the.
1 second.
Can you hear me now? Are you sure?
Unfortunately, with live, sometimes these things happen. Can we hear you now, Ben? Try.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Greg, can you hear us at all?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Yeah.
All right, it's me. I can't hear the people. That's what's happened on my end. 1 second. Apologies. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hear you.
1 second. Okay. Oh, I failed to hear people now. Sorry. Yes, Ben, can you hear me? Can I hear you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Curiously, we were just sort of saying about you were the oldest player last season. That's the last bit I caught. Just recap what you were saying if the audience heard already. Apologies.
That's all right. No, I was the oldest at 26. So we've brought in, Sam Tolawasi, and, Leon Francis is back again. So they're two guys that are just experienced and just bring that level of kind of confidence and a steady, they just steady the ship for us. And they kind of bring all the little things that you learn when you've played the game for a while. Our club, we have a great academy, a lot of great young kids. So Sam Grant kind of stepping up. There's going to be a lot of younger guys getting minutes, getting some burn. And it's just great to have these older guys come in to kind of be able to mentor them. And us just kind of, I think you can avoid some pitfalls with having older guys around. So, this year we've had an experience and we've got some youth coming through. So it's a nice mix.
Okay. We're not blaming. You hijacked Greg. Was we got Greg back? Oh, well, I say Blaine's a great guard on and off the court, stealing possession off Greg. They're hoping we get Greg back in the second, and Blaine be coming up next. Actually, it's really good timing. I was about to say, I got you here, Ben. Oh, it's a really exciting group. So you've got you guys, but you obviously got Oakland and TVC. I know publicly we don't know much about Thames Valley Cavaliers roster. I know people behind the scene do. What do you think those teams would bring to the table? We're back, Greg. You start possession back off Blaine.
Yeah, my bad.
So I was just saying to Ben, I'll get to you in a second. What do you think what you expected from Oakland in terms of Cavaliers, Ben?
From okay, my bad.
That's what I come to you, say. Sorry.
I mean, it's a short answer. I don't know too much what to expect. I think for us this season, our big focus is just on us and our guys and building from there. So it could be any team that we play. It's a new challenge. We'll do a little scout beforehand. But for these first couple games, I think big thing for us is we haven't played in a long time. It's really just getting back to feeling familiar, playing the game, getting around it again. So I think that's our main focus, especially the start of the season.
Definitely, Greg. What do you expect from Oakland and Thames Valley Cavaliers? Obviously, last season, both yourselves and Thames Valley Cavaliers were up there in terms of second and third. What are you expected from them? Have you done the scouting yet, or is that to come in the next few days?
Yeah, like I agree with Ben. Like we just focus on ourselves at the moment. Like we just worried about what we can pretty much do. We're really focused on these preseason games. Thank God we have them because we're trying to get all the buckets out the way and stuff like that. And just focus on ourselves. Honestly, we tunnel mission. We just want to stay focused on ourselves. We're not really worried about what other people are adding to their teams and things of that nature, new clubs and stuff like that. We just worried about ourselves.
Definitely, I definitely hear that quite a lot. It's probably a very athlete perspective, sort of being locked in, focused mindset. So, Greg, obviously you come back recently. How's training been? What if you would compare this season to last year in terms of maybe how you perceive the team ready and yourself ready? Are you at that point where you think, okay, body, mind, chemistry, we're at the same levels we were at the start of last season? What are the differences for you, in your opinion?
I mean, it's definitely different. Us coming down here, we have more time to prepare for games and stuff like that. Coming into it, practices has been limited, obviously. Not being able to practice as much, stuff like that, or working out on your own as much. So you just got to kind of adapt to the situation, I feel. I think we are mentally stronger now because of what we went through with the whole COVID and stuff like that. I do think we also, me personally, I feel like I'm more, myself and my teammates as well, we're all hungry because our mentality is you never know when the season's going to end now. You know what I'm saying? With the COVID going on. So play every game like it's your last. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. That's how I look at it. That's my mentality going into every game. Play every game like it's your last because you never know when the season's going to end. That's how we look at it.
Definitely. I think that's very athlete's mindset. Ben, anything you'd like to add? How sort of the team rallied around in what's been a hectic off-season, to say the least?
Yeah, man, I just echo things said there. Like, where the energy we have is high. Like, guys just want to compete. It's been so long, it's trying to kick guys out the gym. We're just that energetic about being able to play. And there's a lot going on, but there's a lot of positivity about what we're doing because we're just so grateful that we actually have jobs. Like, we're able to play the game that we love right now. And it's just, even though that stuff's going on outside, we're able to kind of come together and play this game and then train. So the sessions have been really good, and it'd be a lie to say that it was the same as last year. I think everyone's kind of a step behind what you would normally have in a normal season. I think because of the effort and the energy that's put into sessions, I think it's coming back quicker.
Definitely. And I'm really interested to see, because I definitely get that, you guys are ready, you're hungry, and you've got that mental energy back on the court. But this is probably your first proper game as such, in terms of where it means much and there's stuff on the line. How does that come across in a game? Because obviously you'll be raring to go with energy, and then you'll be on fumes. I imagine that maybe that third, fourth quarter, where maybe you haven't got the match sharpness. How do you as a professional prepare for that in terms of not overdoing it because you've got that rush and energy in the first quarter, but make sure you still go on? Do you think there'll be a lot of game management needed in this first game? I'll start with Greg first.
I think at the end of the day, we're basketball players. Most of us been doing this for years now. It's nobody. You're never gonna get in basketball shape right away. You have to play basketball, honestly speaking. So the fourth quarter, I guess, is gonna be a little drag. Third quarter is probably gonna be a little drag for us. But we're athletes. We've been doing this for a long time. Our bodies will get adjusted to it, and I think we'll be good at the end of the day, honestly speaking.
Definitely. And same for you, Ben.
Yeah, I think it'll come back quicker than we think. I think maybe one of the bigger adjustments is going to be playing under refs. And, I was talking to coach about it today, actually, like they haven't refed in a long time as well. So there's going to be, I think everyone involved is kind of coming in again, like after a long break. So that first, we'll see how it goes. But I think
Might be a lot of foul shots this game.
like, but muscle memory, it all kick in pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't.
Definitely. And yeah, obviously you've got your tactics sorted, you've got your training sorted. I kind of want to run a hypothetical question to you guys. So I'll be asking the other guests, and let's say the game's tied, or a game you're in's tied, and you've got the ball a few seconds left. Are you going to shoot or you pass it? I know you want to say you follow the rule, but in the heat of the battle, what you doing? I'll start with Ben.
Man, I think I'm pulling the trigger. I think I'm pulling it. I'm stepping into it, man. I'm shooting the three and I'm walking out.
And you, Greg?
I'm making a good decision, honestly speaking. If I'm open, I'm taking a shot. But if I'm covered, whatever the case may be, got to kick it to whoever's open. The right decision. That's my thing.
Oh. I'm buzzed for them. I'm sure you guys are too. I believe you guys are on at 2:45 tomorrow. So, as mentioned previously, all games streamed by the Basketball England YouTube page. So, be sure to tune in. I know we've had a few glitches, so I thought maybe start with Ben. If you had a little message for the Reading Rockets fans, what would you say right now to them?
Yeah, tune in and support. That support really helps us, but it helps Basketball England as well. So to tune in and get involved and get active, because that's how we do it now. We kind of can't do it at the stadiums and stuff. So yeah, being active online, but yeah, just be ready for an exciting season and a bunch of guys that are going to play hard and play together, and they're going to see a lot of different stuff. So yeah.
Definitely. Same for you, Greg. If you'd like to say the Hemel family, you're on air here, and any words, I'll see you. Carry on.
Hey, Hemel family, tune in. Please tune in. Support. You guys are the best fans in the NBO. One we got ever asked for. We miss you guys. We love you guys. Just tune in. You'll be satisfied. We're gonna play our hearts out for you guys, and that's it.
Definitely, and I say hopefully everything goes well. We can get the fans back in. I know both of you guys have got very passionate fans and who are missing it as much as you guys. Thank you for taking time out of your busy lives to come on here, talk the hoops. I wish you all the best, and I will be watching. Take care and stay safe, and all the best tomorrow, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice. So next we've got the other part of the group with Jordan Santiago and Blaine Frexton joining us shortly. Just wait 1 second to go through. As mentioned, all the games are streamed on the Basketball England's YouTube channel. So we have a very exciting round of fixtures in the first round of the Challenge Cup. Just wait for the guys to come on. So just go through the schedule, as I said. Oh, we got Blade winning now. Give it 2 seconds. So say obviously we had Group 1, where we had the Solent, the Barking, Essex, and Worthing. Hello, welcome Blaine. You alright?
Hello.
Hello, you're looking well. How's things?
Yes, I'm good. Thanks. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm really excited for tomorrow's game. It's going to be good. I'm actually really excited because I'm out of most of the rosters. I know very little of the squad. I've got ideas who's coming in from my investigative journalism, seen tweets and stuff. Okay, I see that's happening there. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's actually on the lineup. I don't want you giving much away, getting in trouble, and I'm not going to pass through questions. But I thought it'd be good to sort of start off. Obviously, one thing we do know, unfortunately, you won't be with Martel this year. He's on to Surrey. Wish him all the best.
Yeah.
For you personally, does you guys were one of the best attacking teams in the league last year. You put up some great numbers, and Martel be missed. But I noticed like it's difficult when you've got a lot of team of shooters to share it equally. In terms of chances, do you think actually with Martel gone, you'll get more shots, or do you guys have another shooter coming in, and is there similar terms of sharing of the shots?
Yeah. Obviously, I can't say who we're fully bringing in. Obviously, we're going to who we're bringing in, but we've brought someone else in who's probably going to take over some of them shots, and we've got some other guys that will take over them shots. But it does give the chance for other people to take more shots and stuff. Not that Martel took too many shots, because Martel was great for us. But yeah, it's going to give more opportunity to other guys and hopefully still be a good attacking team like we was last year, and also bring in guys that are going to play some defense as well and really boost our defense, because I feel like that's what we was lacking a lot last year.
I definitely get it, but I think what do you think in terms of like sometimes attacking is the best form of defense, and it kind of did do too bad, finishing second. In terms of some of the big games, obviously the overtime loss at Derby stinks to mind. Looking back at some of those games, the big games that made it go your way, having had time to reflect, what are some of the things that come to ideas that maybe you would have done differently in different situations, or is it just the luck of how that game went?
Yeah, I think a lot of games through the year we was losing a lot of key guys. Like we had Bernard, who was great in the second half of the season. He started in January. Then we had Iman missed a few games. Akeem missed one game and we lost to Nottingham. It's just make sure everyone's going to be there fully and committed. And I feel like this year we've definitely got that. And when we have all the guys on the roster, I feel like we're definitely trying to chase that first spot.
Definitely. It's a very talented group. I know we can't really talk too much about your roster, and I know a lot of guys are really focused on their teams, but have you sort of personally had a look at the other team's roster? What are your thoughts in terms of Hemel and Reading, if you have any? Welcome, Jordan.
Yeah, Hemel always a good team. Obviously, I played at Hemel a bit, so I know they do well in recruitment and stuff. And I speak a lot to Leon as well, so I know Reading are good guys with Reese being down there as well. So it's going to be challenging, sure. There's going to be more teams that are challenging for the top spots, I think. So yeah, they've done well.
Of course. I say, obviously, as you were speaking, Jordan's come on there. Welcome, Jordan. You've obviously gone from Loughborough to Oakshire. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Really looking forward to basketball. It's been a long 7 months or so. I can't believe it's been so long. I just can't wait for tomorrow. So obviously you've gone to Oakland, so you've had some practice from. How's the team shaping up? How's things going down there?
Everything's good. A lot of new guys, new faces. So and a lot of younger academy guys hopping in on the team. So it's been a good process so far this past month. We're really starting to develop the young guys and get a nice cohesive team. Hopefully for this weekend. So yeah, we're excited.
Definitely, and we were just talking about the other teams in your group. We've got Hemel and Reading, and Reading just that perfect opportunity to be reunited with Reese. What are you expecting from Reese at Reading in terms of maybe? Do you think he'll play a similar game to Loughborough, or do you think having a bit more experience roster may allow him to have a different role in the team?
I'm actually excited to see him outside of the Loughborough team. I mean, he's a great talent. He's an athlete, so I'm sure he'll be fine over there. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, Black D Blade, obviously, one player came out of retirement. You were talking about Hemel, and they've got Tyre coming back. What do you think he'll bring back to the table, having been out for a while?
He's a winner, so he's definitely gonna help them win. So obviously I was playing with him at Northumbria, so I know like he'll do all the little things to help them guys win. He'll take 0 shots, he'll get 10, 15 rebounds, anything for them guys to win. So he's definitely a great pickup for them guys.
Definitely want to watch many others. So obviously, COVID's played a big part in terms of restricted practice, Jordan. How has it affected yourself personally and your team? Have you still been able to get the same amount of workouts you would normally do, or is it a little bit different this season?
Thankfully, Oakland's kind of has like they have the facility 24/7, so hasn't really been an issue. We've been able to get in certain slots during the day and trying to get in the gym as much as possible. Yeah, so it hasn't really affected me too much since I came to England. But obviously back at home, it was a bit tough. Everything was shut down. Took the rims off at the parks. It was a tough summer, man. But I'm happy to be back in the gym and getting going this weekend.
Definitely. And say for you, Blaine, if you would say like compared to last season, do you feel as individuals, as a team, that you're ready for the season, or do you feel this tournament will get you to be ready? Because it's hard in some ways. I know you're all athletes, but we have had a considerable break. How do you feel the team is about revealing the players in the team?
I feel like we got a lot of older guys. So everyone understands that you got to take care of your body and stuff like that throughout. And to be fair, we've been getting on the court quite a bit. Just being linked to a college has sort of helped us quite a bit. So I think we're ready. I feel like if the season was this weekend, I still think that we would be ready. So yeah.
Definitely. And obviously, unfortunately, your former side, Loughborough, their group had shut down because of COVID, and we're hoping we don't have any other delays. In terms of what the teams are doing, what's been disseminated to you in terms of like what protocols in place to sort of keep you all safe? Is there anything extra that your club's doing, but maybe you think sort of giving you the edge to keep you all safe as possible? It's probably quite hard with this invisible virus, but what are some of the things that you guys are doing in training to sort of keep you guys safe? Start with Jordan.
Basically, you got to have your mask on 24/7 throughout the facility until you get into like your bubble on the court. Temperature checks anytime you step in the building. Hand sanitizer literally all over the place. So try to do our part over here, and trying to like stay in our bubble in terms of the people that we're around. We're really not trying to intermingle with outside people. Yeah, that's about it so far.
Definitely. Is it similar for you, Blaine? Sometimes having like training bubbles.
Yeah.
So I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, it's pretty much the exact same.
Definitely.
We're just doing all the procedures, obviously, that we've been told to do, and just trying to stick with that and trying to be safe as possible, I guess.
Definitely. And in terms of the game itself, obviously, you guys probably done bits of scouting. But in terms of the tempo, do you think it's going to be quick out the doors? Do you think it's going to be that sort of day where the players haven't played for so long, they're really sort of energetic, trying to make an impression first? Or do you think it's going to be a cautious approach in game one? What do you think? Start with you, Blaine.
I think even how we played last year, like we always want to run. That's how we always have played. Like I said, because we got a few older guys, I just feel it's obviously not just a normal game because of the situations, but at the same time, it is really just another game. It's just the start of the season. It's like a preseason game, but obviously we do want to progress into the further stages because obviously, there's potential to win something. But I don't think it's gonna be cautious. I think we'll be up tempo and we're just gonna be ready to play, really.
Definitely. What about you, Jordan? What are your thoughts in terms of game one?
I think everybody's pretty much excited over here on this end. I'm sure once we get in the game, we'll be up and down. We want to play kind of a fast-paced game as well, get as many shots up in the game as we can. So, yeah, I think we'll be all right.
Definitely. Obviously, you guys are professional, focused on the game at a time. And as far as I'm aware, obviously, we've got game week one this weekend. You play your second game next weekend, your third game the week after. I imagine the knockout games will be intertwined with the league. Have you guys got an idea of if you guys progress, when would be the first knockout round? Or is it just play it by ear with the nature of what's going on around us? sort of playing?
I think it's just going to be play it by ear, I guess, and just see where it goes after every game. I think we're moving forward and thinking about it on this side anyway.
Jordan, what about yourselves?
We're just taking one game at a time. I don't really think we're looking too far ahead. We're really focusing on our culture over here and our team and just working on ourselves. Not really worried about anything else at this moment. So one game at a time.
Definitely, and I think perfect question for yourselves is, but that from the outside, obviously you've got quite a lot of academy guys coming in. I thought maybe just do a quick lowdown, maybe like out of those bunch of youngsters, has anyone caught your eye in terms of like the shooters, the playmakers, dunkers? Who are the sort of their roles in terms of what to expect for people watching? And like, okay, Jordan says this guy's not a good 3-point shooter. Let's keep half eye on him. Or this guy, he's a good dunk. Who are some of those sort of players have those key attributes that you think the audience when they tune in tomorrow should look out for?
I think we got a good couple of youngsters coming in that can really shoot the ball. I think our main focus right now is getting them prepared and not really being timid when they get on the court. I think that's our biggest thing right now. I've been trying to take some of the young guys under my wing and kind of building up their confidence and giving them some of the things that I have in my bag to help them out on the court. But yeah, I can't wait to see them on the court tomorrow.
Definitely. Sort of question both of you, just what you've implied, Blaine. The leader figures, are they like lead by example, or are they quite vocal leaders, Blaine, in terms of in the squad dynamics? Are the guys who go to the...
Yeah, we've got a few vocal leaders that have been around for a bit and played in D1 for quite a long time, and then we've got a lot of guys that just do it with, they don't say much, but they do it with their actions. Obviously, I'll say names if they're announced, but
yeah, of course.
I just want to keep it like that. Yeah.
I know. I was happy you came on. So I thought, okay, at least I know one player's on the squad. This you might got a good idea of 2 or 3 of your squad. Yeah, so it's kind of an exclusive, but you're a Thames Valley this year, and also without naming names, if you had to just obviously like you said, you've got a few youngsters to do the shoot. If you had to sort of say maybe the dynamic starting 5, do you have guys who should dunk well, shoot the free well? What do you think would be like in terms of the offensive personality? What are some things we just see for TBC without giving away the secret sauce too much?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, we picked up a solid playmaker that can hit some decent shots, and then we got a few returning guys, but we got a lot of shooters. And we've got a lot of guys that can rebound. Like, even last year, we had a lot of big guys that we always was never really a problem struggling to rebound. And I feel like we're gonna go with we're gonna do the same thing this year.
Definitely,
a lot.
Obviously, Hakeem C. I'm not sure if he's there, but obviously he was one of those guys who got the rebound, second chance. He had a few like that yourself. What about you, Jordan? Without giving away too much, what do you think the attacking personality for your team will look like tomorrow and maybe going forward?
Yeah, we got some good playmakers. We got some shooters. I think our main focus right now is kind of just the defensive end. Just being tenacious on D, and that's basically going to transition to points for us on the offensive end. But yeah, we got some vets. We got some guys fresh out of college. So yeah, I'm excited.
Definitely, I really look forward to this game. And then anyone who wants to watch it, it's one of the later games Saturday, 17:45. Obviously, we've got no Premier League distract us. We should get a lot of viewers, hopefully. I kind of want to finish on a light topic. I don't know if the other guys, and I know maybe the answer might be to say play to play, but imagine you got the ball with 4 seconds still on the clock. Are you going to shoot or are you going to pass? Blaine, what are you going to do? If it's final play, it's tied. You've got the ball.
Me?
Yeah,
I've got the ball.
You've got the ball. A few seconds to go. Tied game. You don't shoot or you don't pass.
I'm shooting it. I'm shooting it. It's going up.
Right.
Good stuff. What about you, Jordan?
Tie game, I'm probably going to shoot it. If we're down 1, somebody else has a better look, I'm not going to force it. I'm going to pass that one up. But definitely tie game. I'm going up with it.
Awesome. Emo is past the window. We've got a little bit of time. Just wait for the next test to be ready. Obviously, you both sort of mentioned how, you probably both got half-eye progression with the top two going through. Are there other teams around in the league, but you're thinking they're going to be a good side to watch? Start with Jordan.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Solent come with some of their new guys, as I'm sure the rest of the league is eager to see as well. Yeah, I guess Sol and Hemmel, basically the two guys that I'm ready for.
Yeah. And I say you'll get Hemmel, I think it's either next week or week after. So, what about you, Blaine? What teams are you looking forward to see?
Definitely Solent. Like I feel like everyone's chasing Solent at this.
Right.
But I definitely am intrigued to see how Redden are. And then also Worthing.
Worthing, yeah.
Worthing are going to be good because I know Cam is good. Max Richardson is a great pickup.
Yeah.
So they're definitely going to be good. So I would like to see how that goes. And then obviously I know Temo are going to be solid like always. So yeah, they're probably the team I'm looking out for.
Definitely. And obviously this season we've seen a few guys jump to BBL, like Elliot Sanders had a great year and Jody Campbell. For me, any BBL fans coming in, maybe a little quick thing about their game and how do you think they'll produce numbers stepping up to the BBL? Do you want to start first, Jordan, or do you want to take the floor, Blaine?
I'll take it. Yeah. You see what Elliot can do. He's competed in the BBL and the trophy, so I'm sure he's gonna be perfectly fine. I'm excited for Jody to get another chance. I've been training with him for like the past 2 summers. He's definitely deserving of a position on that court, so I'm excited for him.
Yeah, because I say last season, I think he started with Cheshire, then it didn't work out for whatever reason. But he went to Derby and was part bench, part starter. Blaine, any thoughts you'd like to add on that at all? I think.
Yeah, Elliot sentences hopefully will do well. I definitely think he's got the skill to do it. I hope he gets the opportunity because there's a lot of guys in D1 who can definitely make the step up. A lot of English guys that can definitely make the step up, and hopefully that makes a pathway for other guys. I know Lou Champ done it last year, so Elliot's probably followed that way as well, or the years before he done it. So I hope he does well. I really hope he does well.
Yeah, and you mentioned Lewis, and I was really sad to hear, but he'd be released from Bristol Flyers, and hopefully find a club soon. Because I actually thought he was being geared in terms of public media, sort of their franchise guy, definitely someone they were setting up. Any word of where he's going? So I know he's another Northumbria guy, isn't he? Have you heard whether he's found a club yet, or?
I don't know. No. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay. One thing to touch upon. I love your shirt. Like the always ball in, did some great work. Can you explain a bit that shirt? It's been one of the great campaigns we've done this off season. So
I got it from who we were just talking about. The champion. He's an ambassador, and I think they're really doing a great thing. And I'm all with. I'm 100% with the movement. I think it needs to be addressed more.
Definitely, and Ishmael made a really good point about taking the lead, and I think a lot of players will probably take the lead when it starts. I think a lot needs to be done. I think basketball has a great power for social movement. In terms of British basketball, we're sort of a bit under the radar. It's definitely growing. But what role do you think British basketball has in terms of society? I think it has a real big impact. Do you want to start that one first, Blaine?
Yeah, I think it does. Just being such a popular sport, it does have a lot of movement. We obviously talk about how there's not a lot of funding sometimes in basketball, but in the sense of like how it can influence people, it does that. We talk about like the NBA finals and stuff like that. That's all you see over social media. If you're in Sweden, if you're in some other places, like basketball's everywhere. So definitely putting these messages while playing basketball is definitely something that we should do.
Definitely, Jordan, someone who's sort of from the outside of UK, British basketball. do you feel like, obviously, time of Loughborough, do you feel we're going in the right direction? Or how do you think we should do more to raise the profile of the game?
No, you guys are definitely in the right direction. It definitely needs to be funded and I think a little bit like marketed a little bit better and pushed on kids at a younger age. But yeah, you guys are headed in the right direction. I just think it should be on TV more, and it should really get it out on all platforms in the UK as much as possible. Yeah, you're
Yeah, I
almost
mean,
there. You're almost there for
we're
sure.
almost there. A shame about London Lions Day. I don't know if you guys caught the London Lions Basketball Champions League qualifier. It was great, but BBC Sport actually promoted it a little bit. But I think if that was on BBC One or BBC Two, we'd have so much more following on live because it's sort of got that. Did either of you two watch the game, and what were some of your thoughts on that game? Do you want to start first, Blaine?
Yeah.
Or Jordan?
Yeah.
Jordan, go.
Go on, Jordan. You can go.
I actually didn't get to check the game. I just saw some highlights.
Okay. Yeah. I checked it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously I have a lot of time for the Lions. I was there when I was in school. I played there for like 3 years, so I follow everything they do, and I think they're doing everything right really this year, and just obviously not being able to get promoted better on the BBC is obviously a problem, but I feel like that's out of their hands. They're doing everything. They're putting together like a world-class team to compete. It's putting London on the map theoretically, so I think they're doing great.
Definitely. I mean, for people who want to sort of get behind them, I think it really helps to get behind them. I know so that definitely felt that NBL energy when they had the BBL trophy final. I'm sure the Lions say the same when they feel it. Obviously, not the Euro Cup in January. How far do you think they should go? Because you say they should still keep that roster. I know Byron might not be available first stage, so he had an agreement that he could go be his partner for the birth. But on the whole, it's still quite a competitive roster. How do you think they'll get on in that European competition?
I think they're gonna. I think they can do well. They've definitely got the pieces. They got the best. They got like one of the best British lineups when you think about it as well. And then they've just put these experienced players around them that have played at high levels. So they've got all the pieces to succeed the best that they can, while having the English talent on there as well. So I'm hoping that they go far.
Yeah. What about you, John? Anything to add to that, or much the same?
They're super talented. I mean, obviously you see the signings. I think they just need a little bit more time playing together. Maybe by January they'll have some chemistry that could take them further in the tournament.
Definitely. I think the next guests are ready. I'll say thank you both for coming on. Any last words you want to say to your respective fan base for your fair? I'll start with Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully everybody tunes in. It's sad that we can't get any fans in there, but I hope we get a strong backing online and we're ready to go.
Definitely. And yourself, Blaine?
Yeah, definitely tune in. You'll see a lot of familiar faces and hopefully a few new faces as well. So it'll be a good time.
Definitely. I definitely watch all, I think it's 4 or 5 games, 4 games, sorry, on Saturday. Yours is the later kickoff on Saturday, 17:45. As I mentioned, all games on Basketball England's YouTube page. Please give them a watch and tune in. It should be great to have basketball back finally. Thank you both for taking your time this late evening on Friday. Stay safe, and I'll be tuning in to watch you guys tomorrow. And good luck for the rest of the Lynch Trophy.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, have a good one. Thank you. Bye.
So next up, we have got Derby Trailblazers and Milestone. Welcome, Malcolm Smith. You need fairly listen for introduction, previous MVP in the league, and we've got Osama. Great Osama. Welcome back. Great. We chat yesterday. I hope you're well still.
I'm doing good, thank you. Can you hear me?
Good, good. I'm loving the hoodie. You're looking very cozy, wrapped up. Is it a bit cold where you are in Milestone?
Pardon?
I say you got the hood up. Is it a bit cold up north in
Yeah,
Milestone?
it's cold. It's cold up here. It's raining, storms.
Yeah. How are you, Malcolm? You well? I see you got your Derby Trailblazer shirt on. All things good for you? Oh, I can't hear you, Malcolm. What's it? 1 second.
Can
I
you
can't
hear
hear
me?
you. I hear you now. Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Yeah. No, all good. Everything's good over here. It's ready to
Good.
get going.
Of course. I think we all are really looking forward to this game as well as all the others. We'll start with you, great. Obviously, it's a really great opportunity for your franchise to join D1. Obviously, unfortunately, D2, D3 can't play. What does this opportunity
Yeah.
mean to your team, and what's Miles's aim in this tournament? So I think you'll be very competitive, but what are some of the objectives for you guys?
What we're mainly trying to do this season is like we're mainly trying to focus on what we've been doing in practice, like competing, because we're young. We're gonna compete with whoever we play against this year. So we're just gonna go there and have fun. We haven't played basketball in 6 months, 7 months. We're gonna play.
And you've got home court advantage, which must be favourable. Malcolm, obviously, Derby, I was really impressed by your team last season. One of the teams you sort of slipped third last weekend. How has it been back for guys? You've made some signs here and there. How does the team connect? Do you feel you're in a stronger place than last season? What are your thoughts on the team so far?
Yeah, I think we put together a good team. A lot of new pieces. A lot of people that were here last year aren't here this year, but I think we put together a strong team that's gonna be able to compete. And I think we're all just kind of looking forward to working together and figuring it out, and just getting into the grind of the season and just trying to get better game by game and trying to put a good run together. So.
Definitely. I was speaking to one of the guests prior, sort of, we were talking about guys who were in NBL last season, got BBL. And obviously, you played with Jody Campbell last year, and maybe there were BBL fans watching who might not know his game so well. Give a little brief bit about Jody Campbell and what you think he'll do in the BBL this season.
Yeah, I think Jode, he's a great player. I got to play with him last year, obviously. He can score in bunches. He can really get it going. So, and it don't take him long to get going. I know he had maybe a 30-point half with us at one game. So, I think he played with Cheshire as well. So, I think he's pretty much established. Like, people know what he can do and stuff. So he just needs opportunity, and I think he'll do well with this BBL shot he's got. So I'm rooting for him, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does out there this year.
Definitely, all eyes on the BBL when it starts, well as the NBL both start at the same time. So great to have Barstool back. Obviously, this weekend you guys are matched up with each other, but you also got Bradford and Newcastle. I know, great. There's a few connections there. Any of those teams you're looking forward to play in particular, and reasons why?
Me?
Yeah. I'd say so. Obviously, this group you've got Newcastle, Bradford. I know you have connections to the club. Can you go into detail your connections to those clubs in this group?
Yeah, before I came to my school for my academy years, I grew up in Huddersfield where I played for Bradford. So like the past 5 years, I played for Bradford Dragons, and I came up the ranks. So I'm really close with the players there and the club there. So it'll be a good game to play against them.
Definitely, and obviously as well, you've got Newcastle, who you guys I think were first and second. What do you remember for those games? I imagine the squad will be similar with it being a uni. What are some of the challenges you think Newcastle pose? Okay, on.
Newcastle were a very solid team last year. I think they came first and we came second. They were like basically the only team that could like stop us from being first in Division 2. So we'll be looking forward to that matchup again.
Awesome, man. And obviously, Malcolm, we sort of touched on it just a second ago about the new guys. But maybe people don't know some of the new players. What do some of these new guys bring to your team? What are they to bring to the table in terms of the team?
I'd just say probably experience. That's probably the main thing. I know Gademi, he's been playing professionally for a while. He brings a load of experience. Rima, he played in Europe and played with the Riders and got a lot of experience there. Yeah, a lot of the new guys. I just think experience is the main thing that we got. And it's gonna take a while. I think just with limited practices and things like that, and just the nature of the COVID situation, it's gonna take some time maybe to start gelling. But yeah, I think we have
Of course, with the COVID situations, obviously had that big impact on preparations. Obviously, professionals will always be professionals and make the best of that situation. But how do you feel as a teammate as yourself, Malcolm? How do you feel this season compared to last season in terms of mentally, physically prepared and team chemistry? Do you think you're not far off, or do you think this tournament's going to be really beneficial for you to get that final bit ready for the NBL D1 season?
Could you say that end part again? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the end part.
Yeah, so I'll just say, like, in terms of if you're looking about 12 months ago, starting last season, how far away do you feel you are from that point in terms of being mentally, physically prepared, as well as team chemistry?
Oh, right. Well, I mean, I think it's always a process. I mean, every year is a process. This year, obviously different because, I mean, you got limited access to gyms and things like that. But, I mean, I think just like last year, I mean, you don't never start off at 10. So it's a process. I think we're in a good place now, but, you know, I think we're ready to get rolling because, I mean, as a teacher, and when you get some things like that, that's when we'll probably start you know, figuring out more about each other, you know, getting in different situations. So I think we're just ready to start the process of just playing games and just getting those things out. So, I mean, I don't think we're in a bad spot or anything like that. Everybody does what they have to do individually to get ready for the season like you do any other year. So it's just a process. I think we're just ready to get it going, and we're in a good place. So
That's good to hear. And obviously, great. You guys, it's a different situation, sort of, because maybe the uni, you all live in digs, you all got that access to the court 24/7. Give us an idea of what that's like. It's a really nice, unique situation to all live on site, being a home team in the bubble. How's that helping you guys, do you think?
We're really grateful and we're really blessed that here at my school, like we're literally surrounded by basketball. So like the coaches put the most effort into allowing us to be able to play basketball every day. So we're like in the middle of nowhere, so we kind of isolated ourselves anyway. So we're with the guys who we see every day, we're with the coaches who we see every day, and we have time to play, get ready. So hopefully that'll be good for us.
I say, even though it's hard times, that must be a really nice thing to have basketball on your doorstep, have your guys on your doorstep. Obviously, some people maybe watching sort of not having that. What advice would you give to people who may be watching this and struggling with mental health or feelings of loneliness? What sort of advice would you give them? And I'd ask you the same question, Matt. I think it's a really good question at this point.
Yeah, I think you should try to stay connected with the people who like you care about, the people who care about you. Even your coaches, your teammates, your friends, your family. Just talk with everyone. Like during lockdown, because basketball is a really big part of my life. During lockdown, there was times where I felt low, but like talking to my teammates, just thinking ahead, like looking at the light in front, it helped me a lot. So if you're in that situation, just talk to your friends. Just think basketball is back now.
Yeah, basketball is back. Malcolm, anything you'd like to add to that?
yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, you know, we are in a pandemic, so you know this isn't a normal situation by any means, and it's not the time to be tough or anything like that. If you are struggling, you know, it's the best thing to do is kind of just reach out, and you know, if you're struggling, reach out to family, you know, your support system, and you know, just try to stay active. You know, try to do things that help you get through it and keep you busy, keep your mind busy. Just, you know, like I was saying, just reach out to people that you know that are in your corner if you need help,
Definitely.
and you know.
I don't know about you two, but when I had Friday morning, I just felt 10 pounds lighter, happy and excited, ready for the weekend. You guys feeling the same? You ready and raring to go?
Say that
Absolutely.
again.
I said I woke up this morning. I felt 10 pounds lighter. I was excited. You know, Barcel's back. How were you
Oh,
feeling
right.
this morning? You raring to go for tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think like everybody's been saying. I mean, I think everybody's just ready to just roll the balls out there and just get to it, and you know, start playing ball with the team, and just get back into that flow and that rhythm of basketball. So I think everybody's pretty glad for it to be back. So
Definitely. And obviously, look at the wider group. You've got Bradford, you've got Newcastle, both your opponents in regular season. What are your thoughts on them, and what sort of challenges do you think Bradford and Newcastle bring to you, Malcolm?
well, Bradford, they're always tough. They got two veterans and Sulks and Fitz. They're always tough. Physical team, and so you always got to be prepared for them just from a physical standpoint, and then just also just knowing that they're a smart team. They're going to be in every game that they play just off their grit. Newcastle, I know they're back up in Division 1 now, so I'm not really too sure what their team looks like. I know Ian's not there either as the coach, so that's kind of a question mark for me about as far as how they play and stuff like that. But I'm sure they'll be ready to go. They had a good year last year, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they look as well.
Definitely. And first, Malcolm, this week leading up to the game, has training changed? What sort of message coach has given you in terms of not reading too much? Sort of what's been the message in the camp? How's the training been this week compared to maybe the last 2 weeks?
This week, I think we try to keep it pretty steady. Every week we try to. I haven't been here too long, but the practices I've been in, it's just we try to focus on ourselves and we just try to bring that spirit of like competition. Just want everybody to compete and practice and just worry about ourselves. We can kind of, have that attitude in practice and we can translate it over to the game and, and that'll pick up. But yeah, practice pretty much is just that, just competing and making sure we're getting better. Every practice. I know it's cliche, but we try to do that. Trying to get better every single practice. So.
What about you, Gray? If you noticeably changed the training from last week to this week, and what sort of message from coach as you lead up to this first round of fixtures this weekend?
Pardon?
Sorry, I was just saying, for you yourselves as a team, have you noticed any difference in terms of your preparation for this week? What have you been doing differently? And maybe what's the word in the camp? What sort of things you've been doing to prepare yourself?
Yeah, coach has been working us hard the past week trying to get us in shape to play the way he wants us to play. Like we want to be a fast team. We want to play hard. So if we want to play hard, we need to train hard, and that's what coach has been doing for us.
Definitely. I've been asking all the guests a light-hearted question. Imagine a theoretical situation. You've got 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock. The game's tied. Malcolm, are you shooting or are you passing? What are you doing in that situation? You've got a ball with 3 seconds to go in the tied game.
Hopefully somebody's wide open. I draw a double team or something and somebody's wide open and I can pass it off to them for a little layup or something like that. So, that'd be ideal. But, yeah, just whatever got to be done.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And say for you, Gray, if you had the ball, 3 or 4 seconds to go, are you taking that shot or are you passing it, my friend?
I feel like our coach would have already planned something for us to have that in that situation. It would be a step ahead. We would find an open shot, a good shot in that situation.
Definitely. Without giving too much away, I feel like it's really good time to your guys be on on the platform with the NBL clubs. Without giving up too much away, in terms of maybe the philosophy, what is your team more tuned to 3-point shooting, dunkers, layups? What are some of the skill sets in the squad for maybe the audience to sort of look out for come tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we got a pretty balanced team this year. OJ, that's probably, in my opinion, probably the best big in the league. He can do a lot of things. Rima's smart guy. Charlie's smart. Gademi can score. We got P-Tac back, myself. Blake, he just committed to a D1 school. We just got talent all over the place. So, hopefully we can just put it together. That's the thing we just worried about. So I'm not. We kind of got 3-point shooters, finishers, playmakers, all that. So it's just about us really just putting it together. I think even last year we played different styles. We won scoring low, and we won scoring in the high numbers. So it just really depends on the flow of the game, I guess, and hopefully we can, get to a point where we can adapt to any style of play and just, be
Definitely.
effective that way.
And I felt like you were one of the strongest sides defensively. Do you feel you still kept that identity, or do you think there's more attacking pieces in your team? What's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. Like, because we've, I mean, Trey, he was a monster defensively. He had a triple double with steals last year, but
Yeah,
I don't think we give up anything defensively. I think that's just a mindset you got to have, and we'll get stronger on that side of the ball as the season goes on, like most teams do. So I don't feel like we really gave up too much defensively. It's just, keeping that mindset. So I feel like we're balanced both, just, offensively and defensively. So.
What about you, Drake? Maybe some people might not know your roster as well, but if they're used to watching NBL D1, maybe just an idea, maybe some of your top shooters, top playmakers, top rebounders, somebody are watching tomorrow go, oh, Drake said this guy's got a good 3-point shot. He's got the ball, it's going in. So who are the guys we got to watch out for?
I think we have a fairly complete team this year. We have shooters. We have Pedro Ellery. He's a very good shooter. Joseph Bancole can score in bunches. We have guys know about Franklin Nagu. Franklin Nagu has been doing it for a lot of years now. We're just excited to play. Our whole team, we've been competing in practice. Everyone from 1 to 12 has been ready to play.
Definitely. And one more question. I know we've got our Let's Test ready. I'd be really excited to see you playing in EYBL. I know we talked a bit off air yesterday when we were testing in the late hours. Thank you again for coming on that time. What are the plans for the EYBL currently for your club?
Yeah, obviously we're in a pandemic right now, so
Yeah,
if all goes to plan, we already confirmed that we will be playing this year. So if everything goes to plan and we can still go ahead late this year or early next year, we should be going on stage 1 of EYBL and hoping to have the same type of success that we had last year.
awesome. Malcolm, I remember this time last year I did a feature. I felt like you guys had a few youngsters to watch out for. Definitely Blake, Charlie, and the rest of the youngsters come in, did a part. Obviously, you're on there. You know the team better than myself. Next generation, do you think we'll see the next lot of guys step up, and who do you think we should be keeping tabs on? As maybe like the next Blake or the next Charlie. Who do you think to have that impact off bench for the youth, for the youngsters?
Well, yeah, I think Darby has probably one of the better youth programs. We got Leighton over in the States right now. Blake just committed. P-Tac was over there here. Charlie's another one. I think Charlie's probably, one of the best guards in the country. He's young still, and, he's just smart. Probably one of the smartest guys on the team, but
Yeah,
if not the smartest. But there's a lot of young guys on the team that I think will make a lot of noise, just coming up through the academy, playing in their academy league. I know they had a game the other day. Nobody in particular, but Charlie, he's still a young guy. He'll have a big impact on our team, and Blake, obviously, he's going over next year. So, it's a lot of promise with the young guys on our team, and I'm looking forward to watching them grow as well this year. So,
definitely. And obviously Blake's going across, and obviously you know the system probably equally as well. What advice do you give Blake? I think it's always tough for these youngsters who make the decision to go to state. It's quite a brave decision because you grew up in the country, maybe you're in the top 10% for your age, you know the coaches, you get the opportunities, maybe a little bit more. But when you go to America, you're an unknown, you got to find the right fit. What sort of advice did you give to him as a senior player during the year in terms of finding a place?
yeah, I think Blake is ready. He built for it. He wouldn't have got to this point if he wasn't. It's just you got to be ready when anytime you go anywhere new. It's going to be some challenges, ups and downs. You just got to stay steady. And I think Blake is, ready for that, to just stay consistent, even if you hit some rough patches, or he competes, which is the most important thing. You got to be able to compete because you're gonna run up into a whole bunch of different challenges. That's just for all the young guys. It's just you have a competitive spirit and you work hard and you stay consistent, which I think Blake does. I mean, he puts the work in every single day. That's the only thing that matters. And never get too high, never get too low. Just stay even keeled with it, and he'll be fine. I think Blake is ready for the challenge. And I'm looking forward
Definitely.
to seeing him.
Yeah.
Right, so.
No, I'm looking forward to see how Blake does this season. Charlie, you say he's one of the best guys in the country. He put the assist numbers. I felt like if you watch his stats, he sort of seemed to be like the better team first player. That's why he likes it for that team. He didn't seem to be shooting high. He was trying to find the assist. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how he does this season. Turning our attentions tomorrow, obviously that's why we're here, previewing the Lynch Trophy. You guys on at 3. I say all games streamed live, Basketball England channel. Great. What are you expecting from the game in terms of maybe intensity? Maybe there might be a bit of rustiness in terms of actually competitive games. What are you expecting from the game?
Yeah, obviously we know what we're going into. We know it's going to be a tough physical game, a high intensity game, but I feel like we're ready to compete regardless of the outcome.
Definitely.
Yeah, same
And
here.
yourself?
Yeah, same here. I just feel like it's gonna, people are itching to play, so I know the intensity is gonna be high. And, young springy legs, so we gotta, make sure we stretch and all that before the game. Make sure we're ready to compete. Just get out there and it'll be fun to get back out there and play. I feel like everybody's just ready to play, and just build.
Definitely, and I'm really looking forward to watching this. It was a really good game. Great to see it. Really good. Maestro team, one probably best in D2 North. Obviously, European pedigree. Derby, one of the top teams up there last season. We're very excited. So all the ingredients, in my opinion, to be a top game, and definitely one maybe for people who Basketball England sort of fans in terms of a lot of young talent both sides. Obviously, game's at 3:00. What sort of message do you want to give to the Derby fans who can't be there, Malcolm, before we go?
I will just definitely tune in. We missing them for sure. Especially we usually get to see some of the fans just, at practice sometimes a lot, just coming in and out of the gym. I haven't been able to see them, so it's been a different vibe, but just to let them know we miss them, and, we can't wait to get out there and represent Derby again, and put that jersey on and have them rooting for us. So I can't wait for them to tune in, and hopefully we give them something to be proud about this season, just with our fight and the way we play. So we look forward to it.
Definitely. And great. Obviously, you guys probably hitting the sack in a bit, getting ready for tomorrow. Do yourself or any of your teammates have any sort of pre-game routines that you feel are quite interesting? What are your thoughts? And if it's not, what are your thoughts going to be as you step onto home court tomorrow?
I don't really think we have pre-game routines. Like I don't know, I'll say a prayer, I'll call my parents, and then we'll put on hype music, get ready, get loud, get ready to play from the get-go. And then I just want guys to tune in. We're gonna represent my school. We're gonna do what we do.
Definitely, I think you'll probably have a lot of D2 fans behind fans of D2 behind you, represent D2. I wish you both best of luck. I will be tuning in. I can't wait. Take care, and I'll hopefully chat to you both soon. All the best for tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you very much.
Nice. And then thanks for long and spend your time. I know you're both busy chaps, so I really appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you. Hello, Naz. Welcome. Last but not least, we've got Naz from Newcastle, and you'll be joined by Albert, my guy. Welcome, Albert.
Hi.
Hiya. How are you both? How are you doing? Start for you, Albert. How's things?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Doing well. Looking forward to playing tomorrow, but yeah, doing well, thanks.
Good. And you, Naz, everything okay for you?
Yeah, all good, man. Everything's good over here.
So people at home watching, I tested with Rupert last night. We had Albert on. We had a good little chat, and I'm looking forward to chatting to you again today. Hopefully, there'll be no spilled wine glasses. We were talking a bit about post-game routines. What are you planning to do after the game? I know we're previewing it, but let's. What are you hoping to do after the game tomorrow?
First, we got a long old
Go ahead.
Oh, that's you go first, mate. Yeah, you go. Floor's yours.
We got a long trip back home, and then obviously with the situation up in Newcastle right now, we're gonna get back to our houses and keep ourselves to ourselves. So yeah, that's about it right now for after the game.
Yeah. And yourself, Albert, any post-game rituals, anything you're planning to do post-game?
No, nothing really. Play something appropriate when I get back in the car. And get home and cook my feet back and just chill out really. Yeah, my daughter will probably be asleep by then, so it'll be a quiet evening.
Of course, it's a late game. It's one of the last games Saturday at 6:30. I said all game streamed on Basketball England. I guess the first question would be the main body. Are you guys ready to go? And what are your thoughts coming into this game? I'll start with you, Albert.
Well, ready. I think as a team, we would have liked to, be a bit more prepared. What I mean by that is just having more time together, really, because there hasn't been a typical preseason. But like I said, I think I mentioned yesterday, it's been the same for everyone. So our mindset is, we're gonna go out there and give everything that we've got. We're adding a couple of new guys this season, but largely it's the main season, and we've got fantastic chemistry on the team. So if anything, we're really excited to get out there. Really, really excited. We feel we have enough to put out a good performance, definitely, because it's all about the performance at this stage. And then you can just, you trust in the results. So yeah. But yeah, similar to everybody else, it's going to be really a feeling that game for everyone. Some of these, the trophy games, because they come so early in the season, you just have to use it as games to really fine tune it. So yeah, no, we're looking forward to getting out there. Really are.
Awesome, Naz. For you, how's preparation been for you individually and as a team? I've heard things haven't been smooth sailing for anyone, but what's the story in Newcastle? How's it been for you guys preparing for this one?
Yeah, we've been preparing well. We've managed to get in. We've got a new facility that was built here last year for us, so we've been getting in there. Been really building our identity on from last year after a successful season, and it's Mark's second year with the team now, so we understand him. He understands us a bit more. We've got some imports that are coming in. We've still got a couple guys to come in. Still waiting on international clearance on a few guys. So also with the situation with the student accommodations as well, it's been a bit hard. So we're taking all the precautions possible to keep everyone safe, keep the guys across the league safe. So might be a bit of a weaker team that we're fielding this weekend, but it's everyone's excited to get out there at the end of the day. But we want to do it when it's safe.
Definitely, I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's going to be an exciting game. Back on the court. Obviously, firstly, congratulations. People don't know Newcastle got promoted to D1. So when this is all said and done, you'll obviously get into D1 to play the regular season. All things going to plan. Obviously, it's probably early days, but as coach sort of talked to you about maybe what to expect in D1, so it will be a little bit of a jump, but have you sort of looked at the teams in your account?
Yeah, he's made it very clear to us that this year isn't going to be the same as last year. We got a lot to expect. We got some guys that have played in D1 before. I had 2 years with Worthing, and Nico had his years with Newcastle, and guys have been around the league playing. We've also got some guys with great experience from NCAA, people coming straight from college over there. Got guys that have played pro in Italy for a couple of years that are coming to join us. So we've got experience no matter where it's coming from. So we're just looking forward to putting it all together, making it look good, and becoming a great team.
Definitely, and the experience seems to be key for both sides. Obviously, Bradford, you've got Salts and Fetzy, they lead inside out. Albert, I'd love to get your take on this. So I had Richard Salts on the show a few months ago, and it was quite funny. He was talking about a particular Solent game, and he was saying in the timeout now. So this game was Bradford, I think season 4 last. Solent undefeated. Bradford were very close to him in terms of scoring. And you hit the game, you remember it. Anyway, so I had Richard Salts on. Usually players aren't as brutally honest as he was in terms of revealing what was said. But anyway, he had his mouth in Andreas' ear, and he was saying, "Ignore what coach says. We do this. We got this." And I'd love to get your take on that game, Albert, because obviously you were involved in that, and obviously you know David Scrobb. What was it like playing those guys? And do you remember that game?
I wasn't with Bradford that year, but I
Oh,
do
sorry,
remember
yeah.
that game. I do remember the shot, and it was an amazing shot by Richard. Fantastic moment. Um, but yeah, just going on in response to Richard's comment of not listening to coach. To be honest, we have a similar approach with Richard. We try not to listen to Richard as well half the time. But yeah, well, he's a fantastic talent for us, fantastic player for us. I mean, I think he's been the longest standing Bradford member. And he just keeps going from strength to strength. Absolute defensive and mismatch nightmare for teams. And yeah, he'd be out of fun. To be honest, he's Mr. Consistent. You know, let's face it, he's I do call it. I think the guy's a walking double double. At worst, 15 and 8, 15 and 7. So he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
that much talent. So I think he's just working through his body. We all don't have LeBron James as our finances to
17,
spend
yeah.
on our body.
Or
So
500,
yeah,
yeah.
so I think he'll be ready to go next tomorrow.
Definitely. And obviously, you sort of told us a bit about the squad now, but personality-wise, who are sort of like the leaders in the squad, and who are the ones that make the joke? You sort of created stats. I imagine that's all really important, especially now. So situation, you need your leaders, you need your jokers, you need your guys. Have you got a nice little balance for Newcastle?
Oh yeah, no, it's nice because obviously we got the guys from last year who created a nice base, and then we got the new guys that have come in. They've fitted in really well. Everyone's getting along, and yeah, no, jokes are flying. People are happy, morale's high. We're looking forward to getting back to it for sure.
Definitely, definitely. And obviously, in your group, we just had Maestro and Derby on. Obviously, you'll know Maestro quite a bit last season. What were the games like with you and Maestro? Because I think you're 1 and 2 seeds in the North. Obviously, you probably have a lot of understanding of their play. What are you expecting from them in their game?
Well, we had to prepare quite in depth for Myers-Co's game last season. It was one of the games on our list that we looked out for. So we expect the same from them coming into this. They're a very well drilled, hard-working team. So we expect nothing less of them to be ready when it comes to playing them.
Definitely. And maybe for people who might not know them, who are their key players you feel? Obviously, they've got a lot of talented players, but if you had to pick maybe like who's the one who's making the most playmaking, who's going to be like their 3-point whiz kid, who's the one that's going to go to the layups sort of thing. Just so like the audience has an idea when they're watching games they don't already know.
They got a dominant inside guy. I'm sorry if I got his name wrong. I think his name's Obi Agu, or something like that. He's dominant inside. Like he's playing like a grown man as a teenager. So he was a force last year. Out of the guys, I know they lost a couple guys last year. I know they lost Amari Williams, and I think they lost their tall shooter that we saw last season. But with academies like that, they got guys coming through every year that are always talented. So it's just preparing for what they put out.
And obviously, you probably know Derby quite well. They've been in the league a while. Maybe for people who don't know them, who do you think are their key threats in their game with Maestro, Albert?
You mean key threats for Derby? Is that the question?
Yeah. Just to like give a preview for the other game a little bit before we come back to your respective game.
Yeah. Well, whenever you think of Derby, you go straight away to, their double machine down low in Malcolm Smith. He's been an absolute force ever since he landed in D1. And he's been the same with Derby. Put up some really great numbers last year. So yeah, you go to Derby. They had a really good point guard last year as well. Obviously they've added Rima, who's a floor general extraordinaire. He's going to run the team really well, and they got obviously a couple of young guys. They got a really good mix of young players and vets, which always bodes well. When you're putting a good team together. So yeah, I think if Myers-Cole can handle Malcolm Smith, they give themselves a chance. So yeah, it should be a really good game, really good contrast of styles.
Definitely, and obviously that game's at the early time of 3, and yours is at 6:30, a bit later, so we mentioned earlier. How's the mood been in the tab, Albert, as you sort of get into this week? Has like the terms of training, have you stepped up the tempo? What's the mood in the tab? Give us a little lowdown without giving away the secret Bradford sauce.
We have such a fantastic group of guys. The mood has been really, really good. I think the only thing, and it it extends out to the rest of the league. We just wish we had more time together. We got out there on the court early, but we know we're operating in unprecedented times. We completely get that. So that's the only thing. We just wish we had more time together. But the mood this week has been fantastic, and last week, we're really trying to take on board what coach is implementing. Be playing in Division One, and being club that we are, we try and maximize every time we get with each other. And it's really been good to see the progression, because at this stage, all you want to do is get better every day. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it really is just that. And we've been doing that. So it's quite good, to be honest, that we have been progressing and picking up things that coaches implementing. The new guys are bedding in well to the team, which, to be honest, was never a worry for us, because the new guys coming in, the really, really good guys, a big pedigree, and yeah, good IQ. But yeah, so for us, we feel really upbeat heading into the weekend. I think we've got a good body of work under us, and we are getting better, which is all we can ask for at this stage.
Of course, and I say this game will provide that opportunity to have an actual game where you sort of put yourself to test, take it to the next level. Same to you, Naz.
Yeah.
Have you? Obviously, I know you work with a bit of a strict hand. You're saying some players waiting international clearance, some other issues at play. But have you noticed maybe like a progression in general in terms of the build up in training, maybe the intensity as you get towards the weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Like from where we started off at the start point last year, when Mark was coming in as his first year as a coach, like where we started from was further ahead than where we were starting from last year. And we've been able to build on that slowly throughout the time. We've been getting better every single day of practice. So, and he's really been pushing for that. In the times where we don't look like we're getting better, we might be coasting. He's really pushing to get better. Like it's not going to do this year. Playing against teams that we're going to be coming up against every week's a challenge. So we got to push ourselves in training so that we're ready for that challenge when it comes to the weekend.
Definitely, and obviously we've got Get Ready This Bubble Life, and you obviously one venue, 2 fixtures at a time. Have you guys been like disseminated how that works? Will you be travelling to watch the early game first, or do you have a set time you've got? It's got to be there. If you to answer the question, maybe Albert, do you want to start first? Or sorry, Naz, go on. Naz, I see you.
No, I don't know. I personally don't know, so that's what I was.
I imagine maybe you have to
Yeah,
have your time, but carry on.
coach has circulated some information around. But to answer your first question, experience of the bubble, we have no experience whatsoever. My experience is sat in front of my TV watching NBA. That's been my experience of the bubble. But a little bit, the information we've had trickling through is we can't watch any of the games prior to ours, so we have to get there between a set time frame. I think it's a 15-minute window we have to arrive for our game. And once we get there, obviously I call it a checkpoint, but I forgot the actual name for it now. I've just finished reading the document where we get tested, and temperatures and so forth. And then I guess it's following a one-way system to your changing rooms to get changed. So that's about as far as I've taken in so far. So yeah, no, looking forward to see how it all works out. I think for one, it's a fantastic idea by EB, and I really hope it works out, for the players and for the league.
Definitely, it's going to be a tricky challenge. It's obviously, they're starting at 3. They probably clear the floor by 5, and you guys probably got just after 5. Normally, would you have that sort of hour and a half frame before a game to be at the stadium, or is that slightly different for you? Do you want to start, Naz?
Yeah, we try and get to the game obviously around hour and a half, hour before, so we can prepare, get changed, get time to warm up, get our own shooting in. But it's nice that it's kind of set times now. You kind of got to be there. Hopefully, there's no late goings where you're getting a 10-minute warm up in before a game on a long trip or something. So it's a little bit more precautions going through to everything. So yeah.
And hopefully there's no overtime. I imagine if there's overtime, that might delay it. Maybe it's just a 4-quarter affair. You don't be. Oh no! If it is, just blame me. I'll take that for the team. Obviously, a bit light-hearted. If anything, Des sort of asked this question. It's sort of just a light one. Let's imagine you're in a game that's tied. You got 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock. You've got the ball. Are you passing or shooting? What you doing, Albert?
Well, there's a few intricacies there, so I'm gonna make up my own. If it's 4 seconds, I know I can get I can make up a lot of ground on a basketball court in 4 seconds. That's no disrespect to my defender, but I think I can beat my defender in 4 seconds and and find a good shot if I wasn't in shooting range. Um, but yeah, if I have time to beat my defender and there's an open guy, then I'll make the pass first. I'm from that. I respect, the make the right play rather than always
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
the last shot if that's the case. So no, I think it just depends what the defense gives me. 4 seconds is a lot of time in a basketball game. So yeah, but I'm happy doing either or.
And you, Naz?
Just in case, I'd love to say I'd make the right play, but in the moment, I'd love to take that shot and be the guy to step up. Of course, I'm always there for them moments. That's why I play basketball. So
Yeah,
I'd like to say make the right play, but hopefully making the right play is me taking the
it's a
shot.
tricky. In that moment, I imagine it's a tricky situation. It's the head and the heart battle, isn't it? It's the go for glory or play the logical play. It's a tricky one.
No, for sure.
Of course. So just before we go, obviously you guys got the half six. What? Who do you think so be like? Where do you think the key battles will be in terms of? Do you think it's going to be an interior battle or is it perimeter battle? Where do you think they're going to be the key battles in this game? I'll start with you, Naz. You answer last or last.
Oh, my experience playing against Bradford the last few years, they're a physical team and they play from the inside out. Like they got guys who can knock down a shot, but they really dominate the inside. Guys like Fetsky and Sulks, like they're really there playing grown man basketball. And like at the end of the day, we've got to deal with that as some young guys coming in playing against them, and it's going to be a lot of team defense to stop that. But it's always a challenge at Bradford. So definitely controlling the inside for us is what we're going to control, what we feel like we can control, and then go from there.
Definitely for you, Albert.
Similar to Naz, really. Obviously, I don't know if it's going to be the same team we met last year. Obviously, they've added a few more guys, but from when we played them last year in pre-season and in the National Cup, they had an inside-out game. They had couple of dynamic guards that could score off the dribble, so you had to respect them. But they also had some very, very intelligent, intelligent inside guys. Similar to the guys that we have in our team. So, and I felt their offense ran really, really well through the big guys. So, it's a case of picking your poison with Newcastle. I think do you stop the likes of Jokic inside with the smart, intelligent, skilled big men, or do you try and slow down the dynamic guards that have in the perimeter? So, coach has given us the game plan. We'll aim to execute the game plan tomorrow. We'll obviously go over it again tomorrow. But I think from last year, the inside guys, certainly gave us some troubles. So looking forward to see how we fare up against them.
Definitely, and I appreciate you guys coming on last to say it was just thought it's best to go over types of groups, of group 1, 2, and 4. Obviously, you could get group 3 on of COVID. Be good to sort of round up the other teams. Are there any matches you'll really think to be standout games in this tournament in terms of groups? I know a lot of professionals, you're sort of locked into yours, but have you had a look around the other groups and other games? Say, oh, that's what I really want to try and catch if I can, if I've not got a match on, or it'd be good to see how those teams play. Because obviously, you both faced most seasons D1 season. But any games or matchups you're got your eyes on, sort of half of it outside of focus on your game?
Not so much matchups, but I'm looking at certain teams that I want to see based on the changes that they've made. For example, Newcastle's one of them, following their success last season in Division 2 and stepping up to Division 1. So lucky for us, we get to see them firsthand. I think you have to put some respect on the champions' names. I want to see how Solent look with the new guys they've added. One of my good friends, Orlan Jackman's obviously there as well. So I want to see how they include him in, their success last year, and if they can build on that. Hopefully, they don't, and Bradford have something to say about it. Yeah, I also want to see what Reading and Loughborough are doing as well. There were two good outfits as well as Derby. So yeah, a large option there, but I'm also looking at teams rather than matchup. Just want to see how they build on last year with the new additions. That's really what I'm looking at.
Definitely. What about yourself, Naz? What maybe things you're looking for this tournament to learn about, or looking forward to see?
Personally, I think it's interesting to see how all the teams are going to be looking across the league. There's been some amazing signings, some guys coming home from overseas places, so it's going to be interesting to see every lineup. I always keep an eye out for my old team, Worthing. It's my hometown, so it's always nice to see them, see my friends play. So I'll be hopefully watching and tuning into that one for sure.
So if you watch it, apologies, my commentary is not great. I'm on the comms that co-commentating that down. I really look forward to that one. So if you hear familiar voice, that's because I'm doing it. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing a ton of research on both Worthing and Essex Rebels. And obviously you mentioned Solent. I'd like to get you on because I know you say like you want to challenge Solent. Now, I definitely see, but you guys do, and you've always said quite well. Why do you think like maybe teams do well against certain teams? You've done reasonably well with Solent. Obviously, we talked about that as a beta. And even when there's this season when there are steamrolling teams, 100 plus, Bradford never seemed to be a team I thought would keep Solent under 100. What is it about that matchup that gets you guys to that next level?
Well, first of all, styles make matchups, innit? I mean, our style and their style, obviously, there's something about it. I have to give a lot of credit to coach. I think coach definitely preps up well. He preps us well for every game, to be honest. And but I feel going into the two games personally for me last year with Solent, the first time I met them, coach had really done his homework, and he told us had to go out and execute the game plan. So I think definitely preparation of Solent, and I also think the guys that we have, we have some some tough nose, hard nosed guys that want to go out there and really compete, and nullify the other team's strengths. So yeah, I really couldn't give you a definitive answer on that one, but it's just one of them things where we like you said last year, give credit to Solent, had a fantastic season, but I remember we took a bit of a heavy loss down there heading in, into Christmas, I think, before Christmas. And then we played them in the reverse fixture up in Bradford, which, to be honest, even playing against Bradford early on, my Division 1 days when I was playing for other teams, Bradford was always a tough place to come. So when they came to us last year, we really gave them a good game. We executed the game plan for the most part. Arguably we executed it for, 37 minutes, 38 minutes. We execute the game plan. So yeah, no, and plus we always rise up to the challenge. We look forward to playing those teams. Hence why I'm looking forward to seeing some of those teams and seeing, how we can match up against them. Do my own mini scouting report on them as well. So yeah, I don't know if I answered that question, completely, but yeah, there's a few things in there.
Yeah. I think there's always so many variables. You said like you got the coach, you got the play
Yeah.
styles, you got the psychological. You're playing a big team or you're playing a
Yeah.
rival team. There's lots of things in it, and that's what I love about basketball. It's not just simply. I think what Brayton's person, like my girlfriend went to her first game this season, and before the game, she's like, "I'm not going to enjoy this, Chris. They just run up and down the pitch and throw it in the bucket." I'm like, no, they do much more than that. And after the first quarter, she was sort of on her phone, messaging her friends. I'm like, come on, love. You're not watching it. And then by the second and third quarter, she was enticed and she was really converted, which helps because I spend way too much time with basketball. So it's great, but she actually appreciates it.
I hope, Chris, when she said pitched, you kindly corrected her and said, there isn't a pitch out there. There's a court.
Yes. She asked what the kickoff was as well. I said, no, it was tip-off. She tried, and she definitely did well, and she was quite knowledgeable by the end.
She's trying, man. She's trying soon.
Yeah, give her credit. Yeah, she is.
And finally, before we go, is there any words? Obviously, we can't play in front of fans today, and both teams probably have respectful following. And obviously, now as you played with Worthing, is there a message to people who you want to say something to the fans who might not be there, but they're there in spirit?
It's going to be missed. Like, the atmosphere is not going to be nothing like it usually is. Like, some places around the league are electric when it gets going in the fourth quarter. Like, coming from Worthing, we had a great crowd. Places like Hemel, places like Bradford, they're all tougher places to play when there's a crowd there. So it's definitely going to miss. Hopefully they keep streaming in. Hopefully next year, or even by the time at the end of the season, we're allowed to get some fans through. So yeah.
I think we just like watch this space. What about you, Albert? Obviously, the Bradford family who can't be there. What are your words for them ahead of this big day for you?
Yeah, just to echo Naz really. And I think the word you used there is very synonymous with Bradford. It's a real family in Bradford, real family atmosphere. So it's a bit of a disappointment that, they won't be out there supporting us. Got a really good fan base in Bradford, people that understand the game, and love the team. So yeah, really gutted that they can't be out there with us, supporting us and cheering us on. So, the quicker we get through this pandemic together, the quicker we can get back to, enjoying the fans on the sidelines.
Definitely, I think it's watch this space. Until recently, it was like Barcel's in 7th rule of 6, and I've seen like some clubs they put little like ticks and crosses in the stands if they're preparing for fans to come back. Hopefully, we'll just have to see how next week go. But luckily, it's not the best, but we're very fortunate that all games we streamed. And as a reminder, all games on Basketball England's YouTube channel. I'm very fortunate. A lot of people who didn't have the equipment there to stream and people volunteering to help out. So hopefully it'll be a great weekend of basketball. Thank you both for coming on. I know it's really late and you probably need to get ready for tomorrow, especially long journeys ahead. Thank you again for coming on. I wish you all the best tomorrow. I'll be watching and I hope everyone will be tuning in to see how you guys get on. Good luck for tomorrow.
Chris.
Thank you again for coming in. Welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having us. See you guys later.
See you later.
See you guys later.
All right.